So I failed my UK driving test at the first attempt because I thought it was easy. I thought it was not very hard and I thought I could wing it. But guess what, guys? I failed it, but the second try, I passed it. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything I did to pass my UK driving theory test. And if you intend writing or you've written and you probably failed it and you're looking to do it again, this video is for you. Make sure you watch it to the end because I am sharing every details about the test. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Abiola if you're new here, and if you're an OG, welcome back to this channel. No time for long story in this video. As you can see from the title, I passed my UK driving theory test and I'm excited to share you the tips and the tricks in which I use in passing the test. If you're in the UK and you intend driving, you need to take this test and you also need to take the practical test for you to get your UK driving license. So this is the first stage. If you ask me, this is the first stage of your getting your proper license, and it's the UK theory test. First, you would ask, what is UK theory test? For those that are hearing this for the first time, the UK driving test is a mandatory test that you need to write or you need to pass for you to be able to drive in the UK. You'll be given a 50 multiple choice questions that you need to get at least 43 out of 50 before you can pass that section. The questions are 50 multiple choice questions and they are pulled out from the Dvsa question bank. So that material is very important if you intend passing the test. The question comprises of the road signs, the highway codes, safety questions, and some scenario-based questions. In some of the questions, you get like videos where the questions will be pulled out from the videos. That's for the 50 multiple choice questions. Also, there's another section which is the 14 hazard perception. So these questions, it's not a multiple choice. It's basically videos and you just need to click when you see any developing hazards. In some of the videos, there are 2 hazards, some there are more, and there are double points for some of the questions as well. In this session, you need to get at least 44 out of 75. Mind you, in the first one, you need to get 43 out of 50 questions. So this hazard perception question catches a lot of people off guard because they just think you just need to click when you see the developing hazard. No, you need to click quickly when you see a developing hazard. When you click too early or you click too late, you lose points. So you have to be very calm, you have to be very proactive and not too fast and not too slow when you're answering the hazard perception question. So for the objectives, that's the multiple choice question. Don't assume you know everything. Do not assume they are common sense because they can get really technical sometimes, especially when it comes to the road signs and the highway codes. The overall pass requirement is that at least you pass and you get like 43 over 50 in the multiple choice question and you get 44 over 75 in the hazard perception section. So that's the least mark you can get. Mind you, if you fail one and you pass the other, you have to retake the test. So you have to pay attention to the two and ensure that you pass the both section. So let's talk about why people fail this exam. If you ask me, I would say that it's because they feel I can wing it. What's the theory test? Just 43 out of 50 questions. I think it's the I can wing it mindset that makes people fail it because you've been a passenger for a long time or you've been driving in your home country and you feel like it's just based on vibes. Just go in there, use your common sense and come out. That's not how it works. And I think that's why people fail the exam. It's not based on vibes, it's based on facts. The question can be technical, it can be tricky, especially when it comes to the road signs, the speed level, and some codes on the highway. I think that's where people miss it and why they fail the exam. Also, for the hazard perception section, I talked about you clicking fast. A lot of people just know that there's a developing hazard, but they don't even know when to click. And the problem with this test is that if you fail a section and you pass the other one, you still have to retake the test. So you hear some people say, oh, I focused on the multiple choice question. I was reading about the multiple choice question and everything about it, but I failed the hazard perception. Yes, because there's really nothing to study when it comes to the hazard perception. You just have to look at the 14 videos, click when you see a developing hazard. If you click too fast, you might not get any points for it. If you click too often, the question might be cancelled and you won't get any points for that. And if you click too slow, you might not even get any point as well. These are the reasons why I feel people fail the test. Again, another reason why I feel people fail this test is that most people don't use the right tools for revision. So most people use outdated tools for revision or practice. And some of these YouTube videos, they're also outdated. There is an app which I used. I'm going to show you on the screen now. This is the app that I used for practicing and for studying. It has 777 questions. Believe me, if you study, if you practice and you get the whole 777 questions, you don't even have to get like 100% of the question. If you practice it, like you see every question and you answer it, I can guarantee you that you would pass this test. It gives you a level of preparation. It gives you this confidence that, oh, you can pass the test. I think you need to pay £4.99 for it, and that's like, it gives you access to all of the questions. It gives you access to mock tests, that number of practice questions that I talked about, and unlimited number of hazard perception videos that you can rewatch all the time when you are practicing. And again, you have to know the kind of YouTube videos that you watch or people that you follow for this test. I recommend Dorian on YouTube. That's his handle. I'll leave the link in the description box as well. And there is also a woman on TikTok. I'll also leave her handle in the description box. They are good. If you intend practicing on the move and you don't have access to the app yet, you can watch these people live on YouTube. Dorian goes live on YouTube where he answers questions and then explains it. And then the other lady on TikTok as well, she does the same. Lastly, another reason why I think people fail is because of anxiety and rushing. Sometimes if you are not prepared, if you know that you are not 100% ready for the exam, please don't take it. Yes, a lot of people say, oh, it's cheap, so I can take it as many times as possible. But what does failure do to your confidence level? It reduces it, if you ask me. So if you are not ready, I don't think you should book the test or you should do the test until you are ready. Before I forget, I recommend you take many mock tests as possible on the Dvsa 4-in-1 app. Like, keep taking mock tests until you get like 50-50, until you start getting like 45/50. And then I feel like at that point you're ready. Take mock tests as many as you can, That was one of the best practices that helped me. So let's talk about me. Why did I fail the test? In a simple sentence, I didn't prepare. I didn't prepare for the test. You know, I just booked the test. It's £23 by the way, and I started preparing like a week before the exam, and I felt I would pass it. I just wanted to go into the hall and just click on the box and pass the exam. So I didn't prepare. Also in my case, I did well in the hazard perception section, but in the multiple choice question, I didn't pass. And I didn't pass because I didn't prepare. Looking back now, I felt I shouldn't have booked the test because I felt like I booked the test just to click the box. And it was a huge mistake because it would have just been that I would do this video and say, oh, I passed my exam once. Because yes, you can pass the exam once if you practice. And finally, how I passed my driving theory test. This is the sweet moment, and this is the moment you've been waiting for. The major thing I did that I didn't do in the previous exam was I practiced. Yes, this app became my best friend. It became my best friend. At least I give myself 30 minutes to 1 hour every day to practice. And I was taking the mock test back to back until I started getting 50-50-50, like 50/50 in each mock test. I'll just say the app is a game changer. It has like the hazard perception questions, it has the highway codes, the road signs, mock tests, practice questions, everything you need to pass the exam. And you can track your progress as well on the app. So this was my best friend. Yeah, the app was my best friend when I was preparing for the exam. And at this point, I wasn't just studying the multiple choice questions. Like I said, in the app, there is hazard perception questions that you need to study. And I made sure that I was watching each video carefully so that I'll be able to click at the right time and not too late, not too fast, not in a pattern that will make me also lose my point. So if you're using the video, if you're using the app and you're watching the video, you need to watch as many videos as possible so that you'll be clicking at the accurate time in order for you to get your full point. I did the full mock test regularly as well. I was basically doing mock tests like 3 mock tests in the morning, 2 in the evening, 1 at night. At every point in time, I was just doing the mock test, and I was ensuring that I was aiming for the highest score, which is 50 over 50. The more I kept doing the mock test, the more confident I was getting in preparing for the exam, that okay, if I go into the exam, I'll be able to do it. And I wasn't scared again, because I tried to do the test in a serene environment. I tried to do the test when I'm alone. I tried to do the test most times in the toilet when I'm alone. And it's just about 57 minutes. But if you're doing the test and you know the answers, in 6 minutes, 5 minutes, you are done clicking. And the more confident you get in doing the mock test, you tend not to waste time on it, because 57 minutes, I felt it was too much after I have taken enough mock tests and I felt confident about taking the exam. Lastly, what I did was to study my weak points instead of ignoring them. I had issue with some of the road signs, and some of them were looking alike, some of them meant the same thing to me. I ensured that I was watching videos that would explain to me that, oh, this is a dual road, this is a single carriage road. So I didn't ignore that, oh, this is confusing to me. I ensured that I looked at my weak points, I looked at the questions that I wasn't really sure of, and I kept watching videos and seeing explanation on such questions. Finally, let me share these tips with you so that you can pass your theory test once and for all. And if you have written it before and you are watching this video, these tips will help you to pass the next time you're writing. So first is for you to study little but often. I'd say study little but often. Like, give yourself like 30 minutes every day to study. That will help you, because repetition over time helps the information stick. So I would say that you should practice every day, at least 30 minutes every day. Cramming doesn't work, trust me, it doesn't work, because cramming might feel okay, yes, I can cram everything the night before the exam and go there and do my thing, but trust me, it can get technical, it can get tricky, because you're overwhelmed with all the information. You have crammed, obviously, and you want to go and pour, and this one is not written, it's a multiple choice question, so you need to really study to pass it. Number 2, do not skip the hazard perception practice. Do not skip it. This is where a lot of people have their slip up, yeah, because they feel, oh, I just go in there, click, and I'll get it. Sometimes you might not get it because you are not even sure of when to click. You are not clicking at the right time, or you are clicking too fast, or you are clicking in a pattern. If you click in a pattern, system automatically cancels your answer, and you don't get any point for that. So practicing clips helps to train your eyes and also helps your reaction speed. Again, I feel like do not aim to pass, aim to know. Aim to know in the sense that when you're sure of your answers, no matter the questions that come on the D-Day, you know you're going to pass regardless. So you're not just saying, oh, I just want to know like 47 questions. If I know any 47 questions, I'm good to go. No, you're not just aiming to pass. Aim to know the questions, because when you have better understanding, it gives you more confidence in the exam. Lastly, I would say breathe. Take your time in the test, or take your time. Make sure, in fact, if you can use your 57 minutes, use it. Let me quickly share a story with you. On my exam day, I forgot my driver's license at home. Yeah, my provisional license. I forgot it at home, and it was 15 minutes to the exam. I was already at the test center, and I realized the license was not with me. And I need to present that before I'll be able to go into the hall. I started running helter-skelter. I had to come back home, pick the license, and I went back to the exam hall. It took me like 10 minutes after for me to calm my nerves, like take a chill pill, and then go into the exam. So ensure that after preparing, don't stress yourself, sleep. You don't have to do night vigil a day before the exam. Sleep. Ensure that you are fully prepared and you go into the exam hall. And I wish you guys all the best anytime you intend taking this test. If you are in the UK, obviously, do the very best, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like my video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Bye bye.